Good afternoon. Sorry I'm a little late. I had to play tech support and then fight with my capture card for a minute or so. What, were you just not getting enough attention earlier? Huh? Just not getting enough attention earlier? Apparently not. Oh, I don't have my counter on. Just a second. I thought I had, but I guess I didn't. Hold on. You're not dying for affection as much as you think you are. No, we're not playing the sit in front of game. Squirt bottle. You go find you a spot to hunker down and chill out, Bubba. I hope everybody's had a good morning so far. Mine's been fairly decent, not been too bad. Did a bit of messing around in Pokemon Home and played around on a Stardew Valley farm planner for probably about 30-40 minutes. And talked to my sister. So I've moved my lamp, so I'm kind of trying it out a little bit for light. It does actually seem to work a little bit better than my little light strip was, but we'll have to see. I should tug it over a little bit more, actually. Yes, I know, dude. Rearranging stuff during an active stream. I apologize. The bug bit me, apparently. Scoot that back. Go there. Go there. Drink goes there. It does work a bit better than my little light strip, at least for now. Until I can get me a soft light or something to stick up above me, I guess. Oh, I did my extra 100 yesterday and no luck. Of course, because I am still hunting in this game. Maybe today will be my lucky day. I'm not going to hold my breath on it, honestly. As horrible as that probably sounds. Yeah, one of Dad's friends was having trouble getting his phone activated. He's like, here, give it to my daughter. She's my tech whiz. And it's like, like, I hate messing with phones. Especially because now they want you to set up an actual account. You can't just call and put in your new debit number or whatever and activate it. Now you've got to have a 4-digit PIN number and an account and all that good stuff. Ugh, I gotta mess with his in a couple weeks. apparently, rumor has it we might be getting a new Mega Pokemon Thursday. What did you do? Are you okay? Huh? Are you alright? You're not limping or bleeding or nothing. Okay. Get in a fight with something you shouldn't have? I know there's been a wasp flying around in the kitchen. Were you getting you a drink in the bathroom? Oh, did you get wet? Is that what it is? I don't know. As long as he's not limping or actively bleeding, I suppose he's probably okay. What, Bubba? Did you find a bug in there? Is that what it was? I can't see past most of your bulk. He's mad I don't have a hand up. Yeah, you lay down and chill out for a bit. You're okay. What if I don't want to love you? Huh? Stella's been a minute or two this morning being attacked by a mother mockingbird. I put her outside and hadn't noticed the baby in the grass. I'm assuming it's learning how to fly. It was okay. It managed in the air a couple of times, but I wouldn't do too well trying to fly with a dog barking at me either. I went out and grabbed her by the cord and pulled her away from it, and the mama was flying at her trying to get her to go away. I thought it was funny. What do I get a message from? Oh. Sorry, I got a message. And that last one very well could have been a shiny, and I just would not know it. You know, the funny thing is, even doing these with like something on as background noise to watch does not really make the experience any more enjoyable. Like, it's not the most horrible thing I've ever done, it's just kind of boring. Are you sure you're okay, Fidgety McGee? Huh? I'm waiting for him to knock my Food Cocoa plush off the desk here. You good? Yeah, I give you a little bit of affection. You're gonna be a jerk about it, though. There you go, Bubba. Can I see my Omanyte? Thank you. Yes, I always have fossils for you, my dude. Okay, okay. Dang. Oh, nice. Alright, regular Omanyte. My friend got her some honey straws, which I personally have no idea what those actually are, but good for her. We don't have none of those fancy kitchen stores around here. At least not within like a 30-minute drive, I think. They are just splurging. Good for them. So I should get to 6,900 today. Gonna be starting Thursday's stream, because tomorrow's Wednesday. Be starting Thursday's stream with 7,000, because I'll be doing an extra 100 sometime this evening. I have the biggest aw man but also yay moment when I don't get a shiny during my extra round, because I would very much like to get it on stream. Pin, I scratched your face, now I got cat fur everywhere. Yes. Have all the fossils you could ever want, my dude. Now my nose itches. Look what you've done. He don't care. He's all sprawled out snoozing. Bless all the people who came home from Worlds yesterday. Get half a dozen posts and stuff on like Beast Guy, and it's like, I'm so happy to be home. I am so tired. I'm going to bed and sleeping for a week. Good night. Which, to be fair, if you are going from the West Coast back to the East Coast, like the biggest majority of the YouTubers seem to be, I can imagine they're very tired. Probably so much time displacement, jumping forward in time 5 hours. Or is it 4 hours? I think it's 4 hours. Because the West Coast is 3 hours behind me, and I'm an hour behind the East Coast. So yeah, 4 hours. 5 hours is Hawaii time. Oh, also, I was wrong. I do actually have my Battle Bond Greninja in home. That's what I was doing earlier, was actually checking. I did forget you can't actually put him in home. I don't think you can stick him in any of the Pokemon games, though. I think he's just stuck in home. Yes, I have a Helix fossil for you. I'm looking forward to seeing like everyone's VODs and stuff. I know I enjoyed Shiny Catherine's from last year, so I am hoping she does another one this year. And Purple Cliffs. Purple Cliffs is a delight, as always. And I watched Jaden Animation's Pokemon one, but I don't know if she'd be going to Worlds this year or not. I don't think she did one for last year. It's thundering. Dad, it's thundering. Yes, it was. I would say I might have to go help him put tools away in a minute. I did it yesterday. Yeah, did it yesterday because it looked like we had a good cloud headed our way and just never got anything. So I moved all this stuff out of his truck for no reason. Okay. Yeah, you. Good. It might not. It'll be good. No, we need the rain. Just that time of year. Dog days of summer where we spend their month and a half or so with 100-degree weather every day, and it's dry and humid and ugh. And where we don't get a lot of rain. I am glad the current hurricane kind of just is going up the coast, so hopefully no one will really get hit by it. A bunch of rain, yes, but hopefully no more floods. Excuse me. Sorry about that. No, those itches is right on the inside. Hate it when I get those. Keep having to fight the desire to like paint something on my little lamp blind. I don't know what it would be though. Alright, almost halfway through this first batch. I want to check my count after this one. I actually meant to do it now that I was at 50, but that didn't happen. Oh, I am one off. Okay, that's not too bad. You weren't supposed to move, dang it. Do. Finishing off the last of my raspberry lemonade. Forget about it. I've ended up semi-neglecting my for fun playthrough of Scarlet. Like yesterday I had a Toadstool outbreak and it's like, oh, I'm gonna hunt this, and then I never did. I checked my outbreaks this morning and it's like, ooh, here's something I can hunt, and I'm probably not gonna hunt it either. I don't remember if I counted that one. I've had my finger on the button here. I did not. Alright, I thought I didn't. Yes, let's get another. Gotta figure out what I want to do with the leftover fossils, but after this. Like, I could go and sell them, which is probably what I'll end up doing, or I could just revive the rest of the Omanyte. Because I do not actually plan on anything concrete, really, because I'll be restarting my game for the legendary hunt I've called the Mythicals. sun's out. Of course, that don't mean we won't get any rain. Like a nice sun out rain on occasion. He must have moved on from the bed. I hadn't noticed he moved, honestly. Yep, he's on that blanket. I started folding one of the blankets I'd been rotating under because the cat, and just setting it out on the bed for him to lay on, and I haven't had to fight him for my blanket. So somehow I have ended up with the smaller of the two blankets, so should actually be good to sleep under my bedclothes the next night or two. Feel bad. I was gonna walk Stella again this morning, but we had kind of a lazy morning. It was like 7:40 by the time I got up and around. It was like like I'd be sweating coming home from the walk had we started at 7. It's like I'm not giving. I gave it a chance to get 5 degrees warmer out. I'm not doing it. And my feet hurt this morning, so. Oh look, 66, 69. I'm almost to 69, 69. Oh, here's 69, 70. I don't know if I just counted this one twice or not. This one, I just won't touch it. Oh. So it can be for this one. No reason to decrease the number just to immediately hit increase again. Sorry, having a bit of a fuzz brain day here. Mine was taking was streaming this morning, which was nice. Glad he's feeling better. My hand on my mouse like it was gonna count for me. Dad's been upping the price of the computer he bought me. It was about $2,000 with tax. He's been telling everybody it's a $4,000 computer, and it's like, no, it ain't. There's a big difference between a $2,000 computer and a $4,000 computer. He told me to hush and let him inflate the price of it so he sounded better. I was like, no, the $4,000 piece of equipment around this house is his hearing aids. The fact that a pair of hearing aids costs more than a computer is kind of ridiculous. I'm gonna get their very specialized item, but damn. How are you out of cigarettes? He just went out with cigarettes like Sunday, I think. No, it might have been Saturday. I think it was Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday. I wish he would quit smoking. But he won't do it. Excuse me again. Lemonade. Ugh. Come on. Sir nods a lot. I'm wanting to try and plan out my frickin' Legend ZA team again. I don't know what's up with me not being able to keep up with the count on this one. Okay, it's correct. 17 more fossils to go in this first batch. Ouch. Need 16 more chances in this batch to get a shiny before I reset. This hunt just does not like me. My game rolled my chances of getting this quickly and just went, nope. Non-existent shiny chances. I keep looking at the window hoping it'll be kind of darker out. It's not. Yes, I always have fossils for you, sir. Was it a success though? Is it purple? No, it is not. Love how during just this little scene where he's standing there just kind of nodding his head at you, you can just ask him questions and his answer is always yes. Come on, let one of these last 11 or so be it, please. So I can start hunting a second one. But it has a theory that the character they added in Pokemon Horizons, I don't remember their name, but they're the one with the the Mega Sableye. And it's like, he has a Dragonite. It's probably gonna evolve into a Mega Dragonite. And it's like, probably. They gotta tie it into Legends EA somehow. So I think it's funny that Dragonite just kind of become the... yeah, Omanyte's being very brutal, but Mega Dragonite's kind of become the poster child for ZEA at the moment. Can't complain though, Mega Dragonite's cute. Yeah, this Shiny's being very stubborn. I got lucky with like all the trade hunts for Shinies and got them within like a couple thousand. But this revival is just not going my way. I am, however, only hunting the one in this game. I will be hunting the second one to evolve into an Amistar in Pokemon Sword. So that one should hopefully go faster. I would be doing that next week, actually. Even if I don't have the shiny in this one, I'll be hunting the second one and then coming back to this one after if I don't have it. Need a break from Let's Go for a bit. I feel like if this was any other Pokemon, I'd have gotten like 6 shinies by now. Scarlet and Violet and like Legends Arceus and stuff really do kind of spoil you with shinies. I can't complain though, there's still fun games to hunt in. Sword and Shield are kind of fun too. Yeah, everyone's allowed their opinion. I mean, you don't have to like every Mega Pokemon, but it is really cutesy. Which, it's Dragonite. I don't know what they were expecting from it. I know some people are waiting to reserve their judgment on what its shiny form looks like. Which I'm hoping if they do it shiny, they either make it blue or they turn it that kind of purple pink that shiny Dragonair is. Those would look fantastic. I'm not a huge fan of the kind of minty green Dragonite turns when it's shiny. It's not the most horrible shiny, but it's a very big color change between forms. Oh, that should be my last Omanyte for this batch. Ah. Double check everything. I apologize for the short onslaught of cries you're going to hear for a minute or two. But I'm trying to do this after each round of revivals just in case I was distracted for a minute and I missed it. Because I've done that before. Not in this game, but in Brilliant Diamond when I was breeding for my shiny Miltank. You're excited for Legends EA? Did the Battle Royale trailer make you any more excited, or is it kind of meh? I'm not a huge battle person myself, with like multiplayer and stuff. I'll probably try it a little bit, but it probably won't be a big thing for me. I'm more looking forward to doing another living alpha dex, honestly, in shiny hunting in the post game. Even if it means I have to get 9 more EVs again. I realized that the other day. I gotta hunt 9 more alpha EVs. I did a living alpha dex for Legends Arceus as well. A living form alpha dex. Thank God Unknown's not gonna be in this game. It took me forever to find the last one I needed for the unknown forms. I am looking forward to hunting enough fur fruit for all the fur cuts though. Hopefully they'll be transferable to home, otherwise I'm just gonna have a bunch of fur fruit in my PC. I'm looking forward to just all the outfits and stuff we're gonna get, because X and Y had some pretty good outfits. The character customization in the original games is a lot more limited than I actually remember it being. And I think that's just my memory of it getting smushed up a little bit with my memory of Sun and Moon, where they had more customization options at that point. But so far I've been liking what I've been seeing of the outfits and stuff. Yes, it'll be very nice to see that last little handful of missing Pokemon back in a playable game. Not that any of the other games they appear in aren't playable, but you can't shiny hunt them on any of the Switch games. And people who only have a Switch have to slog through like the GTS and stuff to try and get them, and the GTS is kind of annoying. To be fair though, it does seem like the biggest thing in this game will be battling, but I mean, we could skip every single trainer in Scarlet and Violet for the most part, other than the story necessary ones, so I won't complain. And the new battle style does make it look like it'll be pretty engaging. But it also though looks like that Mabel will be giving you enough little challenges and quests and stuff to keep you occupied in collecting and whatnot as well. Do you have a favorite fur fruit trip? I do, if I can reach her. Come here, Alex. just out of my reach. There we go. I don't remember if this is the debutante trim or not, but this one's my favorite. This one and then the dandy trim right after. I used a Furfrou in my playthrough of Y, and it was just fantastic. Maxfer and Chip taught it return. It was a fairly good at steamrolling other Pokemon. Not really. All of really it makes me happy to have an easier way to hunt just a bunch of different Pokemon, meaning I don't have to go back to like breeding them or seeing them in a Sword and Shield, which isn't as bad, but the new huntings, I kind of prefer the newer ways to hunt. And also, you know, if it means I don't have to do eggs in Brilliant Diamond, very appreciative of that. Honestly, if anything, I'm still kind of hoping they might sneak in a Colossian Pokemon or like a convergent species or two. Just so the entire roster isn't old Pokemon with new megas. I'm not a huge gimmick user in games. Like, I would go almost the entirety of a game without using the gimmick maybe 2 or 3 times. But it looks like they're very much going to try and force you to use megas in this game, which is no big deal. But there's a small stubborn part of me that's like, okay, so this means I just gotta overtrain so I don't have to use this. I've used terrestrialization more in Scarlet and Violet than any of the other gimmicks, but I've also do the 7-star raids and stuff, which kinda it's a necessity for, so. Just the Star and Heart trims are cute. I'm kind of hoping we get a couple of new ones. Like, nothing outrageous. We don't need, like, 5 new trims or anything. My general idea was, like, 3 new trims, each one kind of based on the last 3 games. But I won't be heartbroken if we don't get anything new, either. That is completely and totally up to the, Pokemon people. We might actually get some of this rain. That'd be nice. I'm super curious for the storyline and stuff in this as well. Want to see what exactly AZ is up to. Man, that man is almost too tall. But I mean, being able to customize your Furfrou, customization just in general was such a big thing in X and Y because they were the first games you could do it in. It seems like they'd want to throw a couple of extra trims or something your way. Because it's obviously already clear, you know, they're going uber hard into customization and stuff from what it looked like with the hairs, the various hairstyles and whatnot. Especially considering now it looks like they're gonna let you do like stripes and stuff in your hairs and like highlights and whatnot. I wish they would let us customize Pokeballs. Nothing major, just like changing the color of the tops of them or something. Have a nice basic little color palette you could choose from. That way you can match your Pokeball and your Pokemon inside. Scarlet and Violet were mostly... They had good customization when it came to all the accessories and stuff, because they gave you a ton of just hats and bags and shoes and glasses. And I know not being able to change out of your school uniform other than it changing into the Junbai, the festival outfit, and then the other uniform for the Blueberry Academy annoyed a bunch of people. But a small part of me thinks they did that because it kind of was meant to make you feel more included in the school. Like if you're running around in regular trainer outfits, then you're standing, you're distancing yourself kind of from Arvin and Penny, who's not in the uniform anyways, but that's kind of Team Star's thing there, and Nimona. And one of my favorite things about Scarlet and Violet is that kind of by the end of the game you feel like your character does actually have a friendship with these characters. So the school uniforms are meant to just tie you in more with the other characters. But yes, it would have been nice if at some point you could have at least done a bit of more basic customization for even just uniform styles, adding like different suspenders or not wearing suspenders or changing the shirt under your jacket or whatever. Instead of it being set outfits, just having it be set items so you could mix and match things. I was sad we didn't get to customize our dorm room. Like, I wouldn't have needed anything huge, but I would have loved to have been able to, like, put some posters on the wall, maybe change the color of our comforter. Maybe have a few computer chairs or something you could have done. A rug or two. This is not me missing secret bases at all. So my favorite item in Scarlet and Violet for accessories that I will never wear is that dumb Grievered hat. That is both at the same time the best and worst hat I've ever seen. There's a small part of me that hopes we get sun hats in Legend CA. I want one of those like big old wide brimmed Lady D hats for my character for no real reason whatsoever than to have one. My go-to hat in Scarlet and Violet was the straw hats. So if they don't have something similar to those, I want a big old sun hat. Yeah, being able to customize your room would have been fun, especially after you get a chance to see like Namona's room and Penny's disaster zone and Arvin's room. Like, I know the picture of you, Namona, Arvin, and Penny ends up on your either on your desk or your shelf or your wall or something, but that's not enough. Of course, to be fair, your house is literally like just down the road. They do a fairly good job at covering at least the general bases for hairstyles. Like, you can't tell now because my head's all shaggy because I haven't got it trimmed recently, but usually I have my side shaved, so I was able to find a close enough, you know, hairstyle to what I usually have in real life for my character. And it does look like, if nothing else, we might be getting more color options. Maybe. So I do hope they have just as many hairstyles and stuff for the boys as they do for the girls. I know they kind of made most of them unisex, if I'm not mistaken, in Scarlet and Violet, but hopefully they continue that. Because sometimes it seems like the guys get the short end of the stick when it comes to customization. Like, there's just kind of generally a little bit less of it for them. But hopefully they keep it fairly equal this time. Come on, Sir Nods-a-Lot. I know before I started doing side shaves and whatnot, I had a lot of like buns and like the romantic kind of braids that would go around the character's head and stuff. I used those a lot. Stubborn thing. But hopefully they just kind of let loose in customization and stuff in ZA. Is it raining? I don't think it is. Yeah, that is one downside to some of the hairstyles, is that you can't wear hats with them. Which I can understand with the romantic hairstyle, they probably wouldn't want you to, because it's kind of a fancy hairstyle, they wouldn't want to cover it up, but on another part, it's like, come on, you can wear a hat over this hairstyle, easy. It's so funny to think we're about 2 months out from Legends ZA. It's so weird to have a Pokemon game coming out in October again. See, I think all the game releases other than Legends Arceus have been in November since X and Y came out. I only remember that X and Y came out in October when they were released because they released before Halloween. And I remember France getting in trouble because a bunch of stores were releasing the game a day early. Okay, I can understand not being able to wear a beanie with a bun. Depending on where on your head it is. Because I have done, when my hair was longer, I did do it up in buns. Ain't no way I was getting a hat over that bun. I need to call my groomer and get my sides shaved again before they get too long. Me calling my hairstylist a groomer is a joke because I have a dog and she has a groomer as well that I take her to every few months to like trim her nails and clean her ears out good. You know, she gets a good bath and gets her glands and stuff clean. So it's like, yeah, I need to make me and my dog an appointment at the groomers. Do that here in the next week or two, actually. Currently my planned starter is Chikorita. There's a slight possibility that might change, but more than likely it's not going to. I want to get a Chikorita, and I'm going to name it Hydrangea after the big flowery plant, and I am going to call it Hydra for short. Still hoping we get Colossean form evolutions for these starters rather than Megas, but we're probably getting Megas. I know the rumor is that they're getting Megas, but I'm holding out hope that that's wrong. Mostly because it seems weird to me to give Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott Hisuian form evolutions and then not do the same for Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. And then the same for Snivy. What are the other two? Poplio and Litten for the next game. I'm assuming those are going to be the starters for the next game based on the starters for Legends ZA and Legends Arceus. If any starters in ZA need Megas, it is the Gen 6 starters because it's not fair that they didn't get Megas in their games. Had we gotten a Virgin Z, we might have gotten Megas for them in it. But it's not fair that Chespin, Finkin, and Froakie were not included in the special forms for the starters in their own games. When Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble got special G-Max evolutions and stuff, even though it was with the DLC. Yeah. There's a small part of me that hopes we don't end up with like all the Kanto starters in X and Y. We probably will, but that just feels like a lot of starter Pokemon for the beginning of a Pokemon game. Like, it's okay in Scarlet and Violet because technically they're area locked behind beating the game. I mean, you can trade one to a friend and they can breed it and get an egg if they really want it, but you have to jump through hoops to get to get those. I am curious to see how exactly we're going to get the fossils in these games. Or if Aerodactyl's just going to be wandering around the city in the wild. I feel like they might be rewards, things you gotta get points for or something and you can get. But they might be findable as well, so. Or heck, they might just be roaming around the city. I'm going to assume we're getting all the Kalos Pokemon in this game. We got all the Hoenn Pokemon in Arceus, so it would not make sense to have a Gen 6 Pokemon game and not have all the Gen 6 Pokemon. Not counting Mythicals, of course. He's so stubborn. Down looking. Still good? Still good. But I do like that they have left enough empty space in like the trailers and stuff for us to do a bunch of guessing. They've given us a little bit to go, ooh, and then they're giving us enough to like theory craft and stuff without us getting to see just every little thing. I would be happy with just a smidge more information, but we also got quite a bit of stuff from the from people recording the demos and whatnot the other day as well. Yeah. Whereas does most Pokemon, you move it to another game and whatever made it special in the other game, for the most part, generally goes away. I mean, you'll be able to move your Charizard from ZA into Scarlet and Violet and all of a sudden it's not a Mega Charizard anymore. It's just regular Charizard with a either fire or flying Terra type. Of course, this is the same for like moving a G-Max Pokemon into Scarlet and Violet. Or into like Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl or Legends Arceus even. I don't know if there are actually any Yeah, Gengar's a G-Max. You lose that gimmick from the game when you move it to a different game. Sometimes you gain a new gimmick from a different game, but that's just how it goes. Alright, I am going to take a real quick bathroom break. I will be back in a minute or two. I had to move a pest. The cat was in my chair when I got back. But yeah, with regional forms, you do get to keep the regional form and have it be that way forever. Did you actually lay back down? Kinda. Usually I pick him up and set him somewhere else to lay down, and he immediately gets up and leaves. I'm curious to see what the shiny hunting method for this game will be as well. They do have a nice little handful of Pokemon to hunt in ZA. Cat hair all over my face again. one downside to the cat. I don't know if we're gonna get any rain or if it's just gonna thunder. But yes, I've been wanting to team build for Legend ZA so bad, but we only know just like that little portion of the Pokedex. Because I figured it'll be somewhere around 250, kind of like Legend ZA was. Legends Arceus was. Like, I don't need a ton of new things. Give us the regional evolutions. And give us, like, 2 new regional evolutions for something old. And then maybe, like, 2 convergent Pokemon. Just a little amount of something new. About something the same as in Legends Arceus would be okay, but if it was a smaller selection of Pokemon, because this is a more battle-focused game, that would be fine as well. Also, I say this because it would be a good way to introduce, like, Gen 7 or 8 Pokemon into Kalos. Because I don't think we've seen any Gen 7 or 8 Pokemon in, the trailers. I think so far it has all been strictly Gen 1 through 6 Pokemon. Which is fine, of course, but even in Legend Arceus, they snuck in a Alolan Ninetales. So it would be nice to get a few Pokemon from a later generation, just because this is supposed to be set in the future, so, you know, the Pokemon world is bigger now. And it would make sense for, trainers or something to have bought in new Pokemon from traveling and whatnot. Or for just trainers coming in from other regions to take part in this tournament. Yes, they do. Yeah, he's not too bad about it. I take a brush to him every couple of weeks and give him a good brushing to get the loose fur off and stuff. Need to get him one of those steam brushes. But we just have the one, thankfully. He bops around on my desk at least for a few minutes usually each stream, so there's a chance you might see him before I'm finished. He was here at the beginning of it, wanting some love and affection. Usually at this point in time of the day, he's begging me for more food, even though he gets fed after 3. So like, no, you have an hour and a half left to wait. Go lay down. He thinks he's starving. He's not, but he thinks he is. You know, they can see that tiny little itty bitty portion of the bottom of their bowl, and they're like, it's empty. Oh, dang, that's an old cat. I think the most we've ever had cat-wise before, well, it's actually probably when we've had a cat that's had kittens, so, you know, you'll have 6 or something of those. But generally we're a 1, maybe 2 cat household. Right now we just have Pin Pin. Well, Pin Pin and Stella. But she's laying in the living room. She's a dog. She's not a cat. She's my beagle. Get a feeling I'm not gonna get the shiny in this batch either, but that's fine too. I'm hoping some of the harder to see shinies in Legends EA might be easier to see. I know that according to the Terra leaks, which I still take that with a grain of salt, apparently the shiny sparkle in the sound is coming back, so that'd be nice. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, and so long as you got the space and you keep their areas clean and take good care of them, there's nothing wrong with it. I don't think I could abide by all the sneezing, though. I sneeze enough with just the one. Not allergic or anything, he just likes laying in areas where, you know, my face is kind of near. I managed to get a place of my own. I want to make him a catio. And maybe do him a little bit of like, the bridges and stuff people build up towards their ceilings and whatnot, so their cats can have some stuff to climb on. I feel bad. I have shelves in my room, but he's not allowed on them. Because there's stuff on him he could knock off and, like, break. He's a short-haired cat. The funny thing is, though, I could clear a shelf off for him to climb up on, and he wouldn't climb up on it. He's, like, literally only interested in shelves if there's stuff up on them for him to stick his nose into. Little troublemaker. But I would like to eventually have him a few climbing shelves and a little bit of a space to, like, lay up high and whatnot. Get him a bigger cat tree. He is a tuxedo cat. He is short hair. He is black and white. He's someone dropped him off across the road. And my dad was outside talking with a friend at the time, and I guess he heard their voices because he came across the road and climbed up Dad's leg. So needless to say, we got a cat. Cat distribution system found us. It's so funny though, because he goes through stages with spots. Like, right now he's into the bed on the one blanket is his favorite spot. But in a month or two, when the weather shifts and we don't have, like, the air conditioner on all the time and the windows are open, he'll be back up in his cat tree most of the day. And then winter, one of his favorite places is on top of the plastic. We have a big plastic tote we keep dog food in, and during winter he likes laying on top of it and watching the birds in the backyard because we throw out seed for them. Then he'll go through spells where we have a cabinet in the kitchen. It's just a standalone cabinet with a little bit of silverware and stuff in it, some canned goods underneath. Well, we let him lay on top of it because it's on the other side of the kitchen, away from where we prep food. And he likes laying up there sometimes. Actually, he likes laying up there at night. And if I'm in the kitchen doing something, he's my shadow. Alright, this should be the last one for this batch. Last minute shiny? Nope. Alright, let's go through and double check. That's all the fossils used. Eventually, I need to get him a tube. One of his favorite things when he was an itty bitty kitten was soda boxes, the 12 packs. He loved running in them and like trying to get through them and stuff. I want to get him just a toddler tunnel or something to do that with. Ooh, actually yard sale season's coming up here soon. I'll have to remember and look this year. So somehow I never managed to last year, so this year I might have to try. And of course you can't bring a box in the house without him having to inspect it. Any box that comes inside is his for anywhere from 2 weeks to about a month and a half, just depending on how good a box it is. He's got to sleep in it for a while before you can get rid of it. Alright, last batch of resets for today's stream. I hate it when he does that thing where you're like dead asleep and they reach out ever so gently and just kind of paw your face. Scares the crap out of me every time he does that. You wake up, it's like, what's touching me? And he's this far away from my face. Mom. It's like, oh God, what do you need? I think that 2 or 3 times he's done that, I got up and he'd either emptied his water bowl in the bathtub. When we refill it, we let him drink out of the faucet. or he's he's knocked over his food bowl, so there's food all over the floor. Exactly. He's got to have the good box there, Mom. I feel like he is very much one of those cats that if I got him a maze, he would probably use it, but he probably wouldn't use it under the bed. Well, he might. He likes getting under there when I move the mattresses off, so I can like vacuum under the bed and stuff every 4 or 5 months. Just me yelling at him to move so I don't trip over him. No, that's completely reasonable. It's an unexpected touch. Stella, when she was younger, had this habit of whenever the water bowl in the kitchen was empty, she would dig in it. And generally, we're pretty good about keeping it full up, especially double checking before we go to bed. Well, one night I didn't, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm hearing ting 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 ting, and I'm laying in bed going, "What the hell? What is this? Is something about to explode?" And then I heard her tags jingle, and it's like, "Oh, it's Stella." I got up and I was like, yes, you're thirsty. Okay, hold on. She just gave me this look like, "What took you so long, mother?" And it's like, shut up. Refill your bowl, go to the bathroom, go back to bed. I hate it when they stare you awake. Stella will do that at night if she wants outside and doesn't make a noise or something, or she makes a noise and it doesn't wake me up. She'll just put her paws on the side of the bed. She won't hop up on the bed and nudge me or anything. She will put her paws up on the side of the bed and just sit there and stare at me until she wakes me up. They're both ridiculous. Love them both to death, but they're both ridiculous. Yep, he got re-comfy. No, I fell a couple weeks ago and it bruised my foot really bad, so I spent about a week and a half just not very mobile at all, and the past week or so I've still been recovering. I'm mobile now, but in the mornings I took Stella for a walk the other morning when the swelling in my foot was down. And so the past 2 mornings she's been looking at me when I get up like, "Mom, are we going for a walk?" And it's like, "No, we're not going for a walk this morning, baby." This morning it was because I woke up late enough. I just didn't want to do it because it's hot. Hopefully tomorrow morning I'll manage to get up in time to take her for a walk before it gets hot outside. She hates it in winter when we get a big snow and then there's snow on the ground for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. Cause she'll give me the look and it's like, Mom, I want to go for a walk. I was like, "Come on, you want to go outside?" So she'll take the compromise, and she goes outside and then immediately wants back in. It's like, "Yeah, this is why we're not going on a walk, honey." If I had a good, strong, sturdy pair of snow boots, then yes, but I don't have a good, strong, sturdy pair of snow boots. I have galoshes, which are good enough for doing anything we need to do outside around the house, not good enough for taking you on a 20-30 minute walk. Then of course in retaliation, usually the first day we get to go walk after it snows, she finds one spot where it looks like it's good for her to roll in, and it's mud. So she has to come home and get a bath. And I look at her like, really? Really? You couldn't have stayed out of the mud? Really? And give me the big old sad eyes. "But Mom, no buts." No, it's like you're finishing your walk and you're going home and you're getting in the bathtub. Big old sad eyes about that too. Which is hilarious because she does it to herself. If I take her in the bathroom and close the door, she hops up in the bathtub and by herself. You give me this look like, "All right, fine, let's get this done and over with," and then she enjoys the rub down, enjoys the scratches and whatnot. And then after she's done her running, her rolling around and drying off, she sleeps for like 3 hours. She's okay with it. She doesn't really fuss much when we do have to put her out. She won't go very far into the yard to go potty or anything, but she doesn't generally want to stay out in it unless something's caught her attention. Usually we go out after it snows and clear off at least like the front porch and the first couple of steps for her. Just to make it easier for her to get up and down. And to try and keep the ice and stuff off so she don't slide down the steps. They're not very far. She wouldn't really hurt herself, but I'd hate to slide down steps while going to the bathroom, so God, I'm looking forward to snowy weather. Just cooler weather in general. It's too hot here. Of course, it's just that time of year right now. We need a Pokemon Salon game. We're basically where you can give Pokemon baths and like give them trims and decorate them with like bows and ribbons and whatnot. That'd be cute. I mean, we have cosplay Pikachu. They could do Pokemon dress up. Oh, I'm very much a fall, winter, spring person. Like, I know summer's a necessary evil, but give me the cooler, warmer months. I'm very much looking forward to October when it starts cooling off. And it not getting dark at like 8 o'clock in the evening. Like, I'm not against later sunsets, but like my idea of sunset is like 7. I know a lot of people hate it getting dark early in winter, but I would take that over it being finally getting dark at 9 o'clock in summer. I mean, there are some nice things about summer, but I just don't like heat. Yeah, they could. I mean, Pokemon Cafe is kind of cozy. The new puzzle game, what is it? Pokemon Friends looks fairly cozy. I would kill for Pokemon Stardew Valley, where your general idea is just basically owning a farm and taking care of Pokemon. And I know there are a few Pokemon-esque farm sims out there, but I want like an official Pokemon-esque farm sim game. And I know there's some mods for Stardew Valley that make turn your pet and stuff into Pokemon. Which honestly, now we have enough farm animal kind of Pokemon to do like the farm animals into Pokemon as well. But yes, I would like a cozy Pokemon game where you just straight up buy the game and don't have to buy gyms or download separate packs like apparently you did for friggin' Pokemon Friends. Like, at a later point, if they want to add more to it and make it small DLCs or whatever for you to purchase, then yeah, but yes, Pokemon Cozy Game, all the way. Yes, it is fun. Because, I mean, Pokemon ranches are a thing. They could easily make it to where you're, like, either a breeder running a ranch or, like, an assistant running a ranch or something for, growing food and stuff for, like, a professor's lab. Actually, doing one where you're a breeder would kind of be fun. Where you're running a daycare and then like growing all the food and stuff and whatnot to feed your Pokemon, all the berries and stuff. You get to make a specific area for like your grass types and your ground types and your water types and whatnot. Yep, that's why most gachas do it like that. Make it purchase instead of DLC. And you can kind of get close to Pokemon farming sim with the like Pixelmon and Cobblemon mods, because you can get all like the berry trees and the apricorn trees and whatnot and do those. But that's still also not the same, even just playing in peaceful. That's probably about as close as you could get to one, though. Because you can actually catch Pokemon and stuff in those. I have not tried it yet. It's on the to-get list. I just don't have a lot of spare money right now for games. All my game money at the moment is tied up in getting me Legend ZA in a couple of months. And possibly helping a friend pay for it, as well as her, like, Christmas/birthday present. Roots Apache If you haven't tried that one, it's pretty fun too. I would suggest... Oh, what is it? Sunhaven? But that one's... I've heard a little bit of sketchy stuff about that one. Just that they don't treat like their workers and stuff very well and whatnot. I don't know if it's true. But they do push out like a lot of little things, little packs and stuff for you to buy, so they seem kind of money grabby. I bought that game and still haven't finished it. I do at least need to sit down and finish the main storyline in that game. But they made the mistake of giving you a storyline you had to complete and then not giving you a time limit. So if you go for Sunhaven, go for it when it's on sale. That's generally when I buy most of my games, actually. Paleo Pines is fun. I've played most of the demo of it. It's a little slow to start with, but it's pretty fun. And the Slime Rancher games are fun as well. Actually, the final area update, like the main storyline in Slime Rancher 2, should be coming out in the next couple of months. They said this fall, so I'm very much hoping they it doesn't come out around the same time as Legend ZA does. Should hop on Slime Rancher later and play some more. Yeah. These are like a bunch of little aesthetic pets in like, I think, a mount and furniture, and they're all like $5 or $6 for each set. And good lord, they had like 10 or 11 different sets last time I checked. Of course, I downloaded the game before I heard they were kind of sketchy, so can't do anything about it now. It's too late. It was too late to return it by the time I heard anything about it. Oh, Tiny Glade, if you like just kind of building things. I don't play it often, but Tiny Glade's fun, and it's just a pretty little game, honestly. You can pet the sheep and the ducks in it. Ooh, actually, now that they've done their recent upgrade, I need to pop in and make some edits to my, the one glade I've managed to make any progress on. Yeah. Yeah, I know, I got a thing for, the second Nexamon game, and it's on sale right now on Switch for like $2. I actually bought Slime Rancher 2 and Roots of Pacha at the same time after I got my upgraded computer. I spent a couple days playing up to as far as I could in Slime Rancher 2 because it was still just the basic release, I think. The farming area, and then the 2 areas after. Maybe the snowy area, I don't quite remember, but so it only took me a couple of days to kind of do 90% of what I could in that one, and then I spent like 3 weeks playing Roots of Pacha. They are releasing a physical version of Slime Rancher 2 soon, I think. I don't think they have it for the Switch 2 yet, though. Hopefully that will come out in the next year or so. I think the Switch 2 requires a bit more optimizing, though. Oh, nice. I think 90% of the games on my to get list are like cozy games. I got Rusty's Retirement, had Tales of the Shire, but I'm not certain if I want that one yet. The reviews, I think, have been kind of iffy on it. I have Assassin's Creed on there. What's another one? We Harvest Shadows, which did a demo last year, I think. And I have 4 or 5 other games. I can't remember the names of at the moment. Yeah, that was basically, well, I got my PC because the little laptop I'd been using up until that point for just for lightly modded Minecraft was giving me a lot of trouble. The fan and stuff was dying, and my dad looked at me, he goes, find you a gaming computer and let me know and we'll order it for you. And it's like, really? He's like, yes, we'll get you a gaming computer. It's like, yes! So the first games I bought on the new gaming computer were Roots of Pacha and Slime Rancher 2, because it could play them. If you want a pretty fun game to play right now, Fantasy Life I is fun. It's a bit of a grindy game though, you know, lots of like side quests and stuff for you to do. But it's pretty fun. I played it when it released. And they're actually supposed to be doing a decent sized update for it sometime within the next couple of months, I think. And we'll probably get a little DLC for it sometime later. At least we did with the first Fantasy Life game that gave us a new area and stuff to explore. I think my laptop is 7 or so years old now. It still works fairly good. We got put a new fan in it, and other than being just a little slow because we don't turn it on very often. So, you know, whenever I do turn it on, it's got to get all its updates right then. It still works fairly well. Need to make a habit of turning it on and checking for updates and stuff every few weeks. But it's so funny though, because I've had my the newer computer for like 2 years now, and there is always still a part of my brain that just wants to baby it. Alright, my count is accurate. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna take my computer into the local shop to have it get a good like clean and stuff. And during that day or two I'll end up with my laptop again, and my laptop's gonna hate me. Actually, I have a closed cooling system. I should probably check and see how often you need to have the fluid or whatever in that checked out. I have a friend every 2 or so years. She has a little thing she needs to put more of this gel stuff on. So I guess it's a coolant, because her computer will start to like overheat and she freaks out every time, and everybody's like, hey, check your thing, make sure you don't need more stuff. And generally that is exactly what she needed, was to just put more of that stuff on the thing. And it's so funny though, because my poor little laptop, the fan freaked out one day and started like just vibrating super, super, super hard. So it was like, okay, so I turned it off and whatnot and let it rest for a while and turned it back on, and like, okay, time to try and find someone to figure out what this is. I figured it was all clogged up with like animal fur and stuff, because I don't know how to take apart a computer to clean it. So he took it to the local dude in town and he cleaned it out for me, and it did good for a month and then started doing the vibrating thing again, so I figured it was just dying. So we ordered a new fan for it. And funnily enough, the second time the fan acted up was literally like 15 minutes after I'd ordered my gaming computer. So we took it back to the shop and it's like, I think the fan's just dying, it's time to order a new one. So he ordered me a new one and he put it in, and I had it back a few days later. And it run good for the month and a half? No, about the month it took me to get my gaming computer. And it's done very well. I'm very pleased with my computer. Yeah, it might not hurt for you to take your laptop to a local place and just have them give it a clean. That's what I told the dude when I looked at it. I said, it's acting up. I said, I figure it's fairly clogged with cat fur and stuff, because I have a cat who likes to lay like literally right beside it and stuff and whatnot. And he goes, yeah, that happens sometimes. And he took it for me for, I think it was about 2 days, because he was like closed the next day so he could do stuff, and he cleaned it for me. Because if you don't know how to do it yourself, take it to someone who does. It'd be cheaper that way. I think the dude down here charged me $20 when he cleaned mine, and then I think it was like $30 when he did my new fan, and I think the biggest majority of that was just the price for the new fan. Because I imagine swapping out a fan probably doesn't take very long. It probably takes longer to actually open up the bottom of the laptop. I think you need a new shell for your laptop. Of course, with as old as yours is, it probably would just be better to get a new one. I had a friend last year whose laptop just finally bit the dust, And she's like, I've had it for 8 years. And it's like, honey, that's ancient in computer ages. It's like, get you a new laptop, honey. And she got her a laptop that's a bit more geared towards gaming. So, a bit more, it was not the most super expensive laptop, but a pretty good one. And she's like, I love it so much. It's so much faster, and there's so much more RAM and space, and it's like, yeah, it's a big jump for going from a little 8 gigabytes, a little 8 gig RAM laptop to a 32 gig RAM anything. That's literally one of the first things one of my friends said to me after I let him know I got my computer. She's like, how's the extra speed? And I'm like, oh my god, it's fantastic. It's so fast. I can load Minecraft up in 30 seconds now instead of 3 minutes. She just laughed at me. I can get on this server and actually see things. She just laughed. She's like, now I don't have to make the mod pack small. It's like, hush. Yeah, I think you just need a new laptop at this point. Like, take everything off of that one, restart it or something. Like literally factory reset it, and then so you can find someone who just needs the parts. So if you do dispose of it, take it to one of those places that'll like do it properly. I have legit watched my dad be ready to just like toss computer stuff into the fire, and it's like, no. Like, Dad, there's a place in town that will take this stuff for free. Like, we might not get any money for it, but it will take it. Like, do not set this stuff on fire. Eventually it's gonna die. Yeah, you're not as careful with stuff when you're younger. Or to be fair, I laugh because like when I first got my laptop, if I was eating, I was like, laptop's moved out of the way, there's no way anything can spill on it. Anything like that, you baby it so much when you first get it. No, these weren't laptops. These were older, like, computer screens and stuff. And it's like, Dad, why he was wanting to resort to fire for those? It's like, Dad, it's like, let me poke the dude at the library and see if he might know someone who would like these computer screens that still work. I do believe, if memory serves, in the end we did actually manage to not put them in the fire, but like his first response to anything in that day was just toss it in a fire. And it's like, oh. No, you can't put a laptop in a fire because of the battery. But like, why is your solution to everything burning it? No, if I'm not mistaken, we managed to give them to someone in town who could use them for spare parts or donate them to, a family in need who just needed a basic computer for things and not anything super new or fancy. Alright, that should have been my last Omanyte. It was. Let's go through and check these real fast. Yeah. Like, dude, it's like we could they can recycle these. They can use bits and pieces of this. They can't reuse everything, but they can use parts of it. Heck, I still have a tablet tucked away in a box somewhere that I squished under a chair on accident one day. Yeah, probably not a surprise, Shiny. It would be nice, but I do not believe I missed it, so... Nope, no surprise, Shiny. Dang it. Alright. That'll be it for today then. I will not be streaming tomorrow. Wednesday's one of my break days. I will be back Thursday. Same time, same place. Mint, it's been a delight talking to you. I hope we'll be able to chat again soon. And I hope you have a good day. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.